dog owners all think their dogs are pretty smart.
This is my dog Flick. She knows more than 50 words. Sit, high five, eat a rabbit.
He can push a pram, he can ring a bell, he can play dead.
She's the rule enforcer.
She's smart for a pug.
So are they right? How do their brains compare with, say, a dingo or a wolf or even a chimp?
Well, we asked some of Australia's smartest dogs to come and put their canine cred on the line. Prepare for twists and turns as we enter the murky world of canine intelligence. So you ready for your first test?
Yes.
Okay, let's have you one at a time. Let's go. We're going to walk the dog up to the fence, show him the food.
First up, a classic problem-solving test.
Ready, set, go.
The dog has to work out how to detour round the barrier.
That's pretty quick.
That's awesome. 4 seconds. That's great. Good timing.
Flick the Trick has made it look easy, so we're a little nervous how well our trial is going to work. Now Anzac.
Wow, that's a contrast to the other dog.
This is what happens a lot with dogs.
You see, we haven't told these participants what we're really trying to demonstrate. They still think it's a regular competition, and Judy is getting disappointed.
More errors. More errors.
Yep.
60 seconds. I'm afraid that's the end of the trial.
Next, Nala.
Interesting. Sort of between the other two dogs.
We got 27 seconds for that one.
And finally,
Be interested to see how the pug goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I think that counts as an error.
Yep. Another one. Look back. See the look back.
Good problem-solving skills here.
Yeah, dumb bum.
Thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Delise.
Thank you.
and now we can reveal to them what we're really up to.
Would you like to know how your dogs compare on that test with a dingo?
Yes.
Each of the brain tests we're putting these dogs through has also been run by Brad on dingoes.
Ready, set, go.
The reason? It's thought the dingo represents the earliest semi-domestic dog brought here by humans and part way between wolf and dog.
8 seconds.
Like many in the canine intelligence community, what Brad really wants to discover is how the brain of a modern dog differs from its ancestors.
Yeah, she found that challenging.
6 seconds for AJ.
And 0 errors.
And I'm afraid the news ain't good. Since domestication, it seems your dog's brain has shrunk proportionally by around 30%, which might explain why half of all dogs fail this test and the rest take on average 20 to 40 seconds. But dingoes all solve it in on average 10 seconds. So if the dog brain has lost raw problem-solving power, has it gained something else?
So you go flick.
This is a test to see if a dog can follow the trajectory of a pointing hand.
Straight away. Do you know what was the extraordinary? I actually saw her look down and follow that point.
Yeah, she did.
Now, you might not think that sounds extraordinary, but this is a test chimpanzees struggle with. Yet all our dogs pass with flying colours, even the pug.
The pug did it.
Pug did it.
I'd be so surprised, Jonica.
Good girl. So what happens if you compare this to the performance of a wolf?
Well, no, we don't have wolves here, but they do in Budapest. This is one of the pioneering centres of canine intelligence research, and they're in a unique position. They're able to compare the performance of dogs with a group of intensely socialised, hand-reared wolves. And this is what they've discovered.
What we have found was quite interesting and to some extent surprising, that in young animals, dogs were much better with this pointing gesture than compared to the wolf puppies.
They now think what domestication did is make the young dog's brain more sensitive to learning this uniquely human gesture.
What has been changed is actually that dogs are just interested in humans, and by showing this interest, they learn a lot, so their skills develop faster and probably also to a greater extent.
So far, it's 1-1. Dogs are better at reading our signals. Their ancestors are better at problem solving. Now for our final test.
And go.
Give them. Bring it. Bring.
This time we've given them a problem they can't solve.
Ha! 15 seconds till she looked back.
On this test, dogs consistently give up and look to their owners, just like the pug did earlier. Whereas wolves are the opposite. They just keep struggling on. Dingoes, according to Brad's research, fit in the middle. It's a fascinating brain shift from wolf to dingo to dog.
I think they've delegated their problem solving to humans. They are still capable of solving problems themselves, but they really use humans now in their strategies.
This is not a problem if they have a good alliance with the humans and this makes them more successful. At the end, actually, it was a good choice on their side.
And once we explain all the findings, it does rather soften the earlier blow.
So basically, since dogs were wolves, they've definitely lost some pure brain power, cognitive intelligence. But it looks like what they've gained is social intelligence.
Wow, that is interesting.
Can I tell you something else about pointing? Chimps can't follow a point.
Smarter than a monkey, honey.
Green ball, frisbee, in your tub.
But of course, that's assuming all dog brains are the same. But when we morphed dog breeds into a million different shapes, did we morph their minds as well? That's the question that interests Dr. Paul McGreevy. In the first study of its kind, last year Dr. McGreevy and his colleagues put 13 very different dogs into the MRI and found this.
Would you like to see some dog brains?
Absolutely. To orient you, in a regular Labrador, this is the cerebrum and this is the olfactory bulb. Here's what happens in a long-nosed dog.
Been stretched right out the brain.
Yeah.
And here is a flat-faced dog.
We can see that the brain's actually curled. It's
Oh
curled
my goodness.
brain.
Yeah. So where's the olfactory lobe here?
Well, it's sitting there. It's
Underneath?
actually underneath, yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
distorted.
Yeah, we're really surprised by that. And it may explain why short-skulled dogs don't excel as sniffer dogs. The brain's olfactory centre is in a new place. So there's a...
Squished.
Yeah.
To sum up, we've specialised certain dogs to do certain jobs, and in the process we've changed the shapes of their brains. So one can almost tell from the shape of the dog's skull how it will behave.
So there you have it. Some of the intelligence gathered so far about the canine mind, with much more to uncover.
Up, sore foot, left, right, say your prayers.
Oh, and by the way, the top number of dog words ever recorded by a scientist was over 1,000. It made headlines around the world. Now that's social intelligence.